I have had quite a few people recently ask me about the publishing options in Canvas and having a little bit of difficulty understanding the difference between them. So there are several different kind of layers of publishing in Canvas. I have my course set up into modules, and so this green check mark here indicates that something is published. If I were to check this green check mark, of course, it would turn into the sign that then signifies that it's not published any longer. So regardless of the fact that each of these individual items here in the module remains published, students cannot see those because they live here inside this course orientation module, which I have now unpublished. So that's one layer. If you are having students saying that they cannot see something and you see all these green check marks and know that you've published those items or assignments or whatever they may be, it's probably because your actual module is not published. It works the same in reverse. If I were to publish this module but unpublish something specific in the module, the students will now no longer be able to see that item. So don't be led astray by the fact that this green check mark is here and basically indicates that everything living here is published. It is not in fact the case. You have to still publish each individual item. So similar to what I said before, if you've published a module and you have students saying, I can't see something in that module or I'm not seeing what you're telling me to look for, it's probably because that individual item is not published. With that, when you select an item itself that is published, if there is a link to something else, either in your course or a document that you want them to open or a Zoom link or anything else that they may see or want to access, if those items are not published in files, which is a completely separate folder, when you upload things, they automatically go into your files folder and it keeps kind of a record of everything that you've uploaded. Mine are sorted in various ways because I've created folders and sorted them in such a way. But if you have something here that does not have a check mark, despite the fact that it says published in your modules and it says published in your assignments, if it's not published here or you've blocked it here, it is not going to be visible to the students. So there are multiple layers of publishing and unpublishing things in Canvas, and you have to make sure that things are published basically across all layers in order to actually be visible to the students. The other thing that the majority of people do not realize or know is you can publish or unpublish an entire course, and this sometimes happens frequently as well. You may have everything published correctly within the course, but if you have not published the course itself, then there will not be any way for the students to see it whatsoever. It won't even show up on their dashboard. Okay, when they go to their dashboard, they will not even see it. There's a couple of different ways to do this. So my course here has automatic start and end dates. These populate from Banner, which is where we pull all of our Canvas information from. So Banner knows that the semester begins August 16th and ends December 15th, and those are the dates that are automatically populated here. However, I can select from these various boxes here and adjust my dates for students to view this in Canvas. So I have selected this box, which says that students can only participate in the course between these dates. I also have selected the box that says restrict students from viewing this course after end date. I have not, however, selected the box that says restrict students from viewing this course before start date. What that means is, even though the start date is August 16th, students will be able to view this course if I've published it, which is a layer we talked about before that start date. So as soon as that course is to populate in their module, and that would be whenever your organization, COS in my case, indicates that those can be published to Canvas, and Banner is talking to Canvas about that course and who will be participating or who is enrolled in that course. As soon as that happens, in my case, students will be able to see this course. So it will show up on their dashboard, they'll be able to click on it, and whatever I have published at that time, they will be able to see. However, because I've checked this box, they will not be able to participate. So they will not be able to submit anything, review anything specific as far as assignments, turn anything in, get a head start on anything until August 16th at 5 p.m. because that's when the semester starts. If I were to uncheck this box, students would actually be able to participate before the start date. So if I uncheck this box but check this box, then they won't even be able to see it until the start date. And so it's very similar to what I have here. They wouldn't be able to do anything because they wouldn't even be able to see the course. So I'm okay with them seeing it in advance. For my lab courses, I have information that I sometimes want them to know before the semester starts, things that they should be doing to prep, getting their immunizations, whatever it may be. And so I'm okay with them seeing it, but I do not want them participating before it starts. And then the restrict from viewing after course end date, that is for your protection and really for the students as well. That means on December 15th at 5 p.m. this course is going to lock and they will no longer be able to log into it. That is beneficial for protection of your quizzes and exams, from them downloading things after the end of a semester and sharing them with another student. Basically just protects your course in general. Once the semester's over and it's closed, they can no longer get in this Canvas shell, okay? If you do not check that box, they will be able to. Indefinitely, they will be able to still get into this Canvas shell after. So these three little boxes are very important and sometimes get overlooked. They're in your Canvas settings. Okay, I went here to settings and then I went into course details. And so once you've set these up the way that you want to, if August 16th is the first day of the semester, if, for example, your course doesn't start until Thursday or Friday of that week, you could select that from the calendar. Okay, you could select a different day for their first day. If it's a short-term class and it starts much later in the semester, you may want to adjust these dates so that they cannot see it until a little bit closer to the time the course starts. But again, even if you select these items and you're okay with them viewing it before the course starts, if you do not publish things in your course, they're not going to see anything. You don't have to worry. They're going to get into your course and see only the basics of navigation and things like that. But until you've actually published it, they won't be able to see anything you don't want them to see. I'm unable to publish mine because I've already graded items, but normally your publish course button would be here, over here on the side or near your navigation bar, or on your dashboard. You could see it there as well. It will notify you now which courses are not published. And so if it was unpublished and you needed it published, you would be able to see that and you would be able to publish it right here from your dashboard. So Canvas makes it pretty easy to keep track of what you have published and what you haven't published, as well as alerting you if there's a problem with actually publishing your course. So that should be one thing you don't necessarily have to worry about. So there's lots of layers to understanding Canvas publishing. It gets a little tricky. But there are multiple ways to kind of figure out what you have published and what you haven't and ensure that students can only see what you really want them to see.